Ow, 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 oh, ow, 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 sharp talons.
So last night we had a visitor. We was outside having some nice red wine when there was a shuffle buffle in a hedge, and the cats were kind of moving around and it was shrieking. And what happened is a bird had fallen out or had been knocked out of the tree by the cats. You know what the cats are like. Anyway, it wasn't just any old bird. And it's not injured. Have a look. And there it is. It's a baby kestrel. And obviously got lost. He's fledgling. You can see he's got a little bit of fluff. Anyway, he was very, very hungry because he hadn't got his food that day. So we fed him up and we're going to release him now. And so hopefully he'll get back to his family. This is Zoya, my wife, and she's the Dr. Doolittle around here. So she's going to do the honours.
Come on, buddy. We go home. You go home. Let's not open your wings because you will need them to fly now. Here we are.
So here we are. Birdie, you're going home now.
So the birdie is actually used to me because I fed him whole day, and so he doesn't shoosh in me and he's not afraid of me and he's feeling quite comfy.
So we're going to see whether he can fly away under his own steam.
I'm not touching you. You will be now free. You're now free. I know you like it. Yeah. He's not afraid anymore.
He doesn't know what to do. Come on, Birdie, you're free. Stay away, cats.
Come on, Birdie. Come on. Come on. Come on, Birdie. Come on. I don't want to touch you because you have sharp nails. Come here.
Got to fly away. You were trying earlier. But you're in the cage.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we are. Here we are. You now can fly.
Go, go, fly, fly. Fly away, Birdie. Fly away.
Wait. You see the cat. Let's fly. Well, I can try to throw him in the air. Shall I? But
Well, somewhere where we can pick him up again.
Then somewhere there.
Yeah, go on.
Let me take this animals inside the house because I know them. I know them. I know them. They will be.
Come on, Birdie, have a fly. Come on, fly away.
Birdie? Yeah, Birdie. Come. See, Cam. I will give him food. Birdie. Let's do it. Let's fly. Small fish. Birdie. Birdie. Let's go. Fly. Fly, fly, fly. Fly, fly. Birdie.
Fly, Birdie, come on.
Fly. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do. Let's do. Mama.
Well, it looks like he can't or won't fly, so back in the cage he goes, and we'll just keep feeding him for a few more days. That's maybe what he did. He just fell out of his nest, and then can't fly. So anyway, Birdie doesn't want to fly. Maybe he can't fly. Maybe he's too young. So we'll have to keep feeding him until he gets the knack, or gets strong enough to want to. Birdie, you should fly away. You should fly away. You see, you can see that fluff on the top of his head. That means he really hasn't fully fledged yet. But apparently that's the way that it goes. We'll look after you, Birdie. We'll feed you until you're strong enough to do your birdie thing. Now, the bird is actually flying in its cage to get up on the perch. So it's not like it's injured and can't fly. It's that it probably doesn't want to or doesn't know how to. I don't know, or not strong enough to. So we'll just be feeding it meat, beef, bits and bobs, some insects maybe, and wait till it gets to the stage where it's ready to rock. We hope anyway. But we don't want to keep this bird. We want it to get back into nature as soon as possible. We were going to keep it for a few days. We got it yesterday, but it looked like it wanted to get out and about, so we thought we'd give it a try. But not ready to launch, so that'll have to wait for another day, hopefully not too long. I mean, we don't want to take up falconry. So Birdie's in the cage, and we're taking him out so he can actually see where his nest was before he fell out. And over in the far distance, on there is the female bird, and probably the mother or the father bird. And so hoping that they will see each other and get in the mood. And Zoya's been looking after the bird. So tell me what's going on, Zoya.
I took the birdie out of the house so it can see the parent, and so I'm watching it in a cage, because if I will let it let him go, he cannot fly, so he ran, and there are lots of predators here, so I can't see them.
Let me give you an example. Fifi Puss, you're not really a predator, are you? And this is Newton Puss, and they've been with the bird for some time now, and you can see she wants to get out. But she can't fly, she'll just run around. So the plan is twofold. To bring out the bird in the evening until it can fly. And when it can fly, it'll fly away and it will join the other birds, and that'll be fine. But apparently, when they fledge, they often jump out the nest and run around on the ground for 3 or 4 days. Well, with 12 cats around here, foxes, wild boar, etc., chances of survival pretty slim. And what happened was that it had gone up into a bush, and the cats went, "What is that?" and basically knocked it down, and didn't actually injure it at all. I think they were more curious, and it's got very sharp claws, and they've got a nose full of claw, and therefore they didn't do anything about it. So we picked it up, put it in the cage, and realised it's covered in down, you see, and that means it hasn't got its feathers, plumage working. So I think, though, in 3 or 4 days, it will actually be able to fly. So we'll take it out and see if it wants to fly off.
Try not to fly on me.
So with a bit of luck, he might try to fly off. And if he doesn't fly off, or if he tries and can't make it, we'll just pick him up and put him back in the cage and bring him out every evening. It's very hot at the moment, so we don't really want to actually put him outside in such heat, or her outside in such heat. Actually, she's a girl. I asked the bird, "Is it a boy?" Didn't say anything. I said, "Are you a girl?" And she went, "Wee! Wee!" So she's obviously a girl, but we don't really know. It's a very pretty thing. And it was getting excited a minute ago because its mother was calling from over there on that pole, and it can see where it used to live, and it probably wants to get back. I would. But it can't fly. There's a bird up there. There's a bird up there. Go fly like that. Of course, one tends to be, very soft and very kind of, romantic about these birds when you eat chicken every day. And they're not vegetarians like pigeons. Over here, birdie. Come on, birdie. Look at me. They're carnivores. They eat other birds. So they're not exactly, the nicest of creatures. Well, I mean, they're beautiful, or lovely and wonderful, and etc. I was always going to take it for a walk, or just hold it up there for half an hour and see if it suddenly gets it in its brain to go for a fly. We've only had it now for 2 days, so it's not a tame bird by any chance. It's just Zoe's a bit of a Dr. Dolittle, and she gets on with animals like this one. Yeah, you see those downy feathers, and apparently they go for a walk sometimes before they fly, which has got to be very dangerous. Over here. Those claws are sharp.
Yes, I have some holes in my hand because the birdie wanted to land on my hand, and it was the nails are very sharp.
But anyway, if we can't get it back into the wild, if we can't get it flying, after a couple of weeks, we will probably take it to a bird falcon sanctuary. There's bound to be one somewhere around here or somewhere. We'll just have to take it there because we're not falconers, and you probably need all sorts of permissions to keep these sort of birds, and that's not really our sort of thing. Not with 12 cats, eh? No.
You want to fly? You want to clean yourself?
Go catch us dinner. Come on.
Where's the mum?
Up on that pole, or was anyway.
It was.
It was crying. So there you have it. One more episode in our crazy life. But as I say, if we can't get it back out into the wild in the next 3 or 4 days, and we think, well, it's going to fly, but if just say it didn't, then we'll take it to a sanctuary and they can look after it. Because apparently, if they're getting printed on humans, then they're not going to do well in the wild. And of course, the mortality of these young birds of prey is high anyway. That's why they have 4 or 5 at a time. And if you imagine that a breeding pair maybe breeds for 4 years, I mean, that's 16. And replacement is there for only 2. So in a way, nature's expecting only 2 to survive out of 16. And, you know, they're very fragile. They live, you know, dangerous lives. And there's lots of things that can do them in. And, you know, jumping out the nest too early and running around with 12 cats is one of them. But anyway, it's got past that hurdle, and with a bit of luck, we'll be able to get Birdie back into nature. And those mice won't thank us for that.
This is I've got a kestrel on my head face.